Blackboard's February and March updates are now available. There are a number of new updates that instructors might find helpful in these releases. One major update with this release is the ability for instructors to generate automatic messages based either on student performance on an assessment or when students do not check feedback for a set number of days. To create an automation, click on View Automations in the right toolbar under Course Assistance. Then click the plus New Automation button and choose to send either a congratulatory or supportive message or to send a feedback reminder. Please note that these need to be set up before the grades are posted, as they may not retroactively apply. Start by adding a title at the top and then choose the desired automation. The setup for the congratulatory and supportive messages are the same, and you would just click Configure for your desired choice. Choose an assessment from the drop-down menu, and then choose the desired options for the attained grade and the percentage. When done, click Done. A message is automatically created. However, this can be edited by clicking the pencil to the right of the Send Course message. You can now customize the message. When finished, click Done, and then Save in the upper right. If you would like to create another automation, just click the plus New Automation. As I stated, the setup for congratulatory and supportive messages are the same. They just include a different template for the available message. To set up a feedback reminder, click Configure, and then choose the number of days in which feedback has gone unviewed. Click Done. If you would like to edit the message, again, click the pencil to the right of Send Reminder Message. Edit the message and click Done, then click Save. This will apply to all assignments following the creation of this automation. To copy or delete an automation, click the three dots to the right, and then you can either edit, duplicate, set as inactive, or delete. Blocks and documents can now be stacked vertically. To do this, hover over the item that you would like to move, left-click on the 6 dots and hold down. You can now drag and drop the item where you would like. It may take a little time to get it exactly where you want it, but once you see that purple line, you can release, and now items can be stacked on top of each other in a row, within a row. This feature is designed to create more flexibility when creating your layout in Ultra documents. Instructors can also create AI-generated knowledge check questions in documents. To do this, click a plus sign and select Knowledge Checks, and you will now see the ability to auto-generate question. If you click here, it will take a second. You can adjust the complexity or insert a description. And then a few options will be generated. If you find an option that you like, you can select that option and click Add to Document. You could also regenerate if desired. Instructors now have the ability to add a second participation requirement and due date in discussions. To do so, open or create a discussion, and then click the settings wheel next to discussion settings. You will need to mark the discussion as a graded discussion. And you will now see here the option to add a due date and time and set a participation requirement. This piece is not new. However, if you click second due date, you can now add a second due date and set the participation requirement. And when finished, click Save. With this release, messages will now be organized into threaded conversations. For example, if you see a message or if a message has been received and then a reply is created, these messages will appear again in this one conversation as opposed to fragmented messages. This does remove the ability for instructors to block responses, but it should streamline communication and make it easier to keep track of conversations. Partial credit limits have been removed for multiple choice and multiple answer questions. According to Blackboard, partial credit values for answer options no longer need to total 100%, and instructors can assign values freely within the allowed range. While the system may provide warnings, it will not block the setup. And lastly, anonymous grading by question is now available. With flexible grading, you can now grade by question as opposed to just by student submission when grading with anonymous grading. If you have questions or need support, please reach out to the Center for Innovative Teaching and Learning at citl@niu.edu or visit our webpage.